Okay, let's go.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, The BI Masters. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about one of the features that I was really waiting for such a long time. There's been a gap in my videos, but I really was waiting for this feature to come out under the Power BI in Copilot. And this is nothing but the standalone Copilot experience in Power BI. It's a preview feature, but it's available for us to test. And I am so excited. I'm really, very excited to test this feature out. And this Copilot experience not just works on your report, but it also works on your data agents as well. So I'm going to talk to you about how the Copilot experience is, what you can do with that, how to set it up, what are the prerequisites for it. But before we do that, if you are new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Watch this video to the end. Let me know what are your thoughts about the Copilot experience, how it is going to be beneficial for users across organizations without even going into the Power BI report and leveraging AI on top of it. Microsoft is really playing very hard on the AI side, and I love this because it is all about how things are shaping up for the industry, where everybody's talking about AI. I want to have AI on my report. So Microsoft is really, really, really doing a great job on this. I wish them all the best. And we are really hoping for a lot of new features to come up. And also, this is not a promotional video for Microsoft. It's because data is my passion, and I love working on data. And any new feature comes up, I'm really excited to try it out. So without any further delays, now let's do one thing. Let's begin it. All right. So before I do a live demo on the Copilot experience, the standalone Copilot experience in Power BI, there are a few pointers I want to talk to you about. So basically, the first thing is, Copilot is available as a full screen, as a standalone Copilot that you have access to any reports, semantic models, or data agents. And it is different from the standard, Copilot experience that you have, that you need to go to a report and open up Copilot in that. So this is a completely new experience. Second thing is, around the settings that you need to ensure that you need to enable that. So admins need to enable the settings in Copilot to ensure that the standard Copilot is available. There is a whole new area on, how to prep your data on AI. I'll show you a glimpse of how you can prep your data, but I can do a complete video of how you can prep your data for AI. It's a new feature that's available inside the Power BI service as well on the Power BI desktop that you can work across to ensure your data needs to be prepped. Then once your data is ready, or once your semantic model is ready, you need to ensure that your semantic model is ready and it's prepped for AI. There's a setting that you need to enable, and that will help Copilot understand that this data is ready for the AI experience. And general requirements around Copilot is you need to at least have F2 capacity minimum, which is there on your fabric. Then any capacities outside France or United States, Copilot is disabled by default unless you tell your admin to enable it. Copilot is not available in any of the trial SKUs. So if you are using a fabric trial, it is not. And also Copilot is not available yet on the GCC or the sovereign cloud, due to the availability, the GPU availability. Following 12 countries, they do not have Copilot experience yet, so which has India, West, New Zealand, Malaysia, UAE. So there's a list here which you can go through. So if your tenant is in any of the regions, not have Copilot. So if you don't see Copilot, first check with your administrator where your tenant lies, and then you can turn on the Copilot and so on. And now let's do one thing. Let's dive right into the demo. All right. So now I'm here inside Microsoft Fabric. So now I'm here inside Microsoft Power BI, inside the Fabric experience. So if you look, we have the Microsoft Power BI home. I also have Microsoft Fabric. I can easily switch from Fabric to Power BI. But for this exercise, we'll use the Microsoft Power BI experience. So on the left hand side, if you look, we do not have the Copilot, standalone Copilot enabled. Now we will go and turn on the Copilot experience in Power BI. So I'll go to the admin portal because I have access to admin, and within this, it's in the tenant settings. So I'll go and search for Copilot. And here, if you look at the setting, which is user can access a standalone cross-item Copilot experience. So I can go and turn that on. I can enable it for a specific group. I can enable for the entire organization and so on. So for now, I'll enable for the entire organizations. And now it says it will apply in the next 15 minutes. And I can just quickly refresh. Now, once I refresh, I will have the Power BI Copilot experience enabled here. So now if you look at on the left side, now this Copilot pane is now available. In this way, you can go ahead and turn on the Copilot experience, the standalone Copilot experience Power BI. Now, the second thing I spoke to you about is the glimpse of how to prep your data for AI. I'm going to quickly show you how to do that as well. So once the Copilot is enabled, I want to enable my data is ready for AI. So let me take one simple report. So I have a hospitality report which I'm also going to use for Copilot. So natively, when you're inside Copilot, when you're inside your report, you have the Copilot pane here and you can, ask the questions on this report. But for every report, you have to go into the report and, do the Copilot experience. But, the standard Copilot is going to help you attach any of your report that you have access to and you can work on that. But before that, how to prep your data for AI? For example, I have any specific visualization that I want to prep it for AI. For example, total reservations by sources. So I can come to the setting and here I don't see anything. But if I come to the reservation visual here, reservations by source, I have the option here, just explore this content and so on. Probably I can go and check the inside experience. Oh, sorry. The reason this experience is not available here is because I am not in the edit mode. So for me to prep the data, obviously I need to prep it. So I need to be in the edit mode. So I'll go to the edit mode and I'll just minimize the visualization page. And now here, once I click on this, I'll go back. Once I click on the three ellipses, I'll set this up as a verified answer. So I have this reservations by reservation sources like referential, agent, or web. So I can set this up and I can add a phrase that total reservations sources such as agents, web, right? And I can add the answer in this way. What I'm going to tell Copilot is if any questions come around for this, when I'm accessing a report by a standalone Copilot, this visual needs to be showcased. And in similar way, I can set, multiple questions I have set up. So I can go to another visual, for example, this visual, and I can say, set this up as a verified answer. And I can, I can add in, total reservations by days and months. Table heat map. I'll just add this here and I copy this question. I just click on that and I click apply. In this way, and I save the report. Now, once my report is saved, I am telling Copilot that these are the visuals that I want to focus upon when I'm accessing this report as well. Other setting I need to do is I need to come to the semantic model. So I come to my workspaces and I filter by the semantic models I have access to. And this is a semantic model. I come to the semantic model. I go to settings. Under the settings, I have this option for AI preparation. Now you need to ensure that this checkbox that you have is turned on when you're prepping data. And you can just select this and click apply and your data is now ready for AI. Now what we'll do is we'll now enable the Copilot experience. So when I'm into Copilot, now this is how you'll see. So very first time when you access, it will basically allow you to connect to a workspace. So when I'm into a workspace, it will tell me, okay, which workspace I need access to and I can connect the workspace to it. Now, since I'm already connected to workspace, I did this before and I've turned this off and turned it on again. I have the tenant connected. Now, what I can do is I can find reports about any topic that I have access to. I can go up or I can, find the item. I can find the report about and I can search and let the Copilot do its, beautiful job it does. It is asking me, you give me any specific reports I want access to. I'll just type a prompt. Can you summarize the para script transitive? Because, this is the report that we had seen. Now, if I click OK, that is going to work on it. It is going to access the hospitality report. And now see, it will tell me which report I want to use. So I want to use a Opera hospitality. Now, if I click on this, it will open up the report here. But what I want to do is it gives me options that which one. So I'll say use Opera hospitality 1. Now it will now scan through this report, this entire report that we have here that pops up, and it is going to generate the content by looking at this visual. So if you look here, it is talking about all the visuals that it is trying to fetch, and now it is trying to gather insights around it. Now this is very important when you're looking at any of the reports. So because I don't know, there are multiple pages in this report. So if I go to this report, I have hospital reservations, home page, event blocks and dates, and I don't want to go through all of this. So it is now looked at the entire report and it started giving me it uses AI obviously, and it gives me what are the things that I have in the report. So it gives me market segment performance, it gives me the total reservations that I have over a period of time, reservation sources, the charts that I use demographics around it. So all these visuals are coming in from the report itself. So if you look at the reports that we had the map here, we had the heat map. It gives me analysis around all of this. Now I can explore this. So I can just the question that we copied, and I will just put that question here. Total reservations for days, month, table heat map. So it'll check for the underlying data, and it'll try to find out whether the questions that we had asked for is it going to work here. So it'll just look at it. So let's give it a few minutes for the data to come up. So see, it is a verified answer that we matched, and this was the heat map that we had contained. So this is really good, and it will also tell us how Copilot arrived to this. So I asked this question: name, month, room type, and ID. And it is there on this hospital data. So this was the verified answer that I had mentioned. So when you are prepping your data, you can set up certain visualizations that you want your users to have direct access to, and this is really a very amazing thing that you can do in Copilot. Other thing is, like, for example, I want to just look at any other report. I can just go to my report and I can just select. I have a HR overview dashboard. I select this report. Again, I don't know what is in this report, and I can say summarize this report and give some key insights. Now let's look how it works on the HR overview report. And this is very good because I don't even have to go to a report and analyze anything. And Copilot is really fast here. It will access the semantic model, access the report, look at the visuals, and then try to generate a summary from the report. So let's give it a few minutes for this report to come out. Now it gave me, the certain metrics of attrition rate, total employers, new joiners, attrition count, employees by demographics, employee by experience level, trends and insights, how which resources joined every month. And this is really helpful for me to have a quick analysis or quick analysis on the report that I want to do. So this is all on the report. Now, if I don't know a report, but I have a semantic model which I have access to. I can take a semantic model. I can take just, another report. For example, let me take the semantic model for timesheet. And I can just take this and I say summarize the timesheet and give and share the outliers. Now let's look at what Copilot does with the semantic models. And this is a report that I've never seen. It's there in my workspace. Somebody has built it. I'm not sure, who has built it, but I have the access to the report. So basically I can go and check what is there in the report. And now let's give it a few more minutes on the semantic model to understand whether it works successfully or not. And there are certain limitations also of the Copilot that I'll tell you once we go across this experience. And but this is really good if you look at, it is generating a DAX query for us. So it will create the outliers. I'm hoping it works on that, and this is something really new. So let's see how it works, and let's give it a few more minutes. So let me view the answer. So okay, it gave me total record is up very low. So it gave me insights on this. So these are the employee IDs, which is obviously masked, and it gave me the outliers around this. Due to large amount of data, the summary based on subset. It gave me the subset of the data, which I feel it's there because the data seems to be a little different, but it works. So and it'll tell me how Copilot arrived to this. So it gave me, it created this DAX query also. So I can, look at the DAX query. And this really is very helpful for me to, summarize data and so on. I can run this query in the DAX query view. I can copy this query and run that again. What I can also try to do is, give me total highest, let me say, give me highest defaulters. So let's see if there is any questions around this, if anybody is asking, do we have defaulters around it? Let's see how it tries to create. So because it's timesheet timekeeping, so there might be people who are defaulters. So let's see. So I doesn't have information on defaulters or default. So that's correct. So I will let's ask the question, which employees have more requests. So there might be timesheets and people might have been asking taking leaves. So let's look at this as well. And this is really fascinating because I don't even have to, go out. Now it gave me the name of the people and how Copilot allied to this and so on. This is really, really nice. One more thing, let's try to connect to a data agent. So I have the hospitality agent. Now let me select the hospitality agent and I can say total reservations by month. So let's look at how it works on the data agents. So it is now connected to the data agent. So three things, you have report, you have semantic model for DAX, and also you have the data agent. So this is really amazing. I'm very, very excited, to use this, and I really want to see how users are going to use it. So I would want you guys to try it out as well, tell your fellow developers, tell the business users and talk to your organization first whether you want to enable this, because this is really the best use of self-service. So there was an issue on this. Let me see, give me summaries, create, give me insight or insights. It's data. So let's see whether it is able to generate some summary or insights based on the data. Sometimes, data agents, they kind of take some time. So before, because within the data agent, you need to you need to either select a semantic model or data coming from lakehouse warehouse. So we will check this out, what's going on. This is why. And if you want to republish the data agent, we can try that out. So it is not able to query because now let's see. Now let's go to the hospitality and let's look at the agent that I have here. Now let me see the hospitality agent and let's look at what's going on with this agent. And let's try to publish it and see whether it works again. So let's give it a minute. Let the agent load. Again, this is very, very fascinating because I'm trying this for really the first time along with you guys. So okay, because the semantic model is broken here. Okay. So I can remove this and tables, that's fine. And I can add the source here. This is fine. Publish this agent again. And let me test this agent once, total reservation still date. Let me query the agent one time. See how it works. So total reservation did you say it's working? I'll publish this again. Publish. Now, one thing. Now limitation of Copilot, okay? If I go to Copilot again, boom, everything is gone. So this is like a short memory where you don't know how it works. Now I can look at the diagnostic information, but I have to then connect to the data agent once again. So ensure that when you're working with the Copilot, standalone Copilot, you have to be active. The moment you switch screens, the entire Copilot is gone. Now I can say total reservations. Let me put the same questions. Yeah. Now let's see whether it works on the data agent. So this is one of the drawbacks, and I think so Microsoft should take care of this to see whether for a user whether the chats can be saved like the way we have in ChatGPT. But this is a very initial stage. I would say this is a very good feature for us to look around data, play around with this, and this is much more like a chatbot. So I kind of like this. So now let's wait for a few minutes for the hospital agent to give us some output. So let's see. Oh, it gave the data from the hospitality agent. So this is really good. And I can go and, save the report and say yes. It's good. Seamlessly submit the data. And I can check on a few prompts as well. And then this way, you can access Copilot on your Power BI. So this is an amazing feature. I love it. I'm going to play around with this. A lot of my reports that I don't have access to, maybe home loan dashboard. Let's try it just one last time. Summarize this report. Look at what it gives. I am so excited today, guys. This is one of the best things that has happened on the Microsoft Copilot side, and how it works, how it looks like, the experience that you have. That's really good. I can explore these answers. So another thing that I can have is, I have this table. I can explore this answer, and it should open up in a new pane. So let's see how it comes out. Oh, it explores the answer here itself. So I can look at this data. I can rearrange the data. And this is another thing. I can save this to save as a report, whatever I want to. And this is very, very helpful for me. So I can explore this answer. And this is one of the new things that is there. Any data model that you have, you can go and explore. There's an explore feature out there as well. And you can go and explore the answer. I'll not save this. I can view this in a report, which report it is there. So it will take me to a new page. And I come back here. I see all these visualizations, which is again a very good thing that we can do. And let's see, it takes time to open up, but this is good. Let me see, can I convert this home ownership to a bar chart? Let's try. Can we convert? Usually into a pie chart. So let's see if it is going to convert this home ownership into a pie chart. So let me see if it is able to look at this, or maybe we'll have to prompt it. There's total loan application by home. I can just copy this, and I can see. Let's try this out. Oh, it gave me the answer. So rent, mortgage, loan, and others. So it did look at the data and it did convert that into pie chart. Now this is very, very helpful. I'll explore, submit this request, or I can, explore this answer. But I cannot use this into a visual. So, this visual, if I want to use, I can't pin it to a report on a dashboard. So another limitation of Standalone Copilot I need to ensure that you should be aware about. And so, yeah, this is really, really very good for us to look at from the Copilot, and that concludes the demo on the Standalone Copilot. I hope you guys like it. And if you really like this video, please don't forget to, give me a like, submit a comment. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me what are the other things that you want to explore. And I'll be very glad to show you with how things work across. And until then, this is Prathamesh Sable from the BI Master signing off for today's video. You guys have a lovely weekend. Thank you guys. Cheers. Bye.